What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my first video. It's Fly Jai, you know what I'm saying? And today we're gonna talk about my top 10 basketball players of the decade. So let's go. Alright, that was the last time I made this video. I had to redo it. You know what I'm saying? I started with the honorable mentions, but somebody told me that I should do them last. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with number 10. Paul George, very underrated two-way wing. Played for the Pacers, the Thunder, and now plays for the Clippers, and they are doing some great things over there. 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, most improved player, 4-time All-Defensive, and led the league in steals 1 time. I think Paul George was really good on the Pacers and the Thunder, and he's doing really good on the Clippers. Yeah, the Clippers. He's doing really good on the Clippers right now, and I'm enjoying watching them, even though they're doing a little bit better than the Lakers. I mean, no, I can't really say that because they haven't won as much. It's just they're calling them the king at LA. They're calling them the best team in LA, and I don't know if I can agree with that. But yeah, number 9, Kobe Bryant. Kobe is one of the greatest of all time. I'd say the second best wing player. I mean, not wing player, second best shooting guard of all time. You know, he's number 3 all time in scoring, even though he's got the most misses of all time. We're not gonna talk about that, 'cause, you know, it's not a hate video. He's one of the best scorers ever. 1-time MVP, 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 15-time All-NBA, 18-time All-Star, 12-time All-Defensive. I mean, Kobe played some defense, man. You can't lie. You know that play where the guy did this and he ain't move? Yeah, I think that was pretty cool. So that wasn't, I don't know. I thought that was cool though. But 2-time scoring champion, second most points in a game. He scored 81. That wasn't this decade, but he did it. And then he left out the NBA on the craziest last game I've ever seen. 60 points. That, I don't know if anybody could ever do that again. That's ridiculous. Nobody can do that again. Maybe LeBron. Let's hope it ends like that. But yeah, let's move on to number 8, Dwayne Wade. One of the best shooting guards of all time, the Flash. I think Wade is he was really a really good player on the Heat, you know, but he was a very important factor in that Miami Heat team with him, Chris Bosh, and LeBron, and Ray Allen. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if there would have been that many. They could have gone to the finals as much as they did. But Dwayne Wade was really a main piece of that team, a very important piece. I don't think anybody is sleeping on him, but you can't. But 3-time NBA champion, 1-time Finals MVP, 1-time scoring champion, 3-time All-Defensive, 8-time All-NBA, and number 1 in blocks for guards. Number 1. That man. But yeah, that's Dwayne Wade. I think he was great. This wasn't his decade. This wasn't his prime. I wouldn't say 2010 was his prime. But yeah, he really did that. He really did that in this decade. Number 7, Anthony Davis. And before we get to the next people after that, I just want you guys to know that I feel like we can switch them around because, you know, these ones are more opinion because you'll see. But yeah, Anthony Davis, one of the best big men in the game. 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive, led the league in blocks 3 times, and first pick in 2012. I think Dwayne Wade is a great big man. Great on defense, great on offense, posts up, shoots the 3, gets you some rebounds, gets you some blocks. Anthony Davis is a big man that anybody could use on their team. And I think he's probably the best big man out there. Best big man right now. Better than Joel Embiid to me. So yeah. Number 6, James Harden. Arguably the best scorer right now and one of the best scorers of all time. He can create a shot however he wants to. Lay it up, dunk, 3-pointer, step back. mid-range, anything he wants to. He keeps the ball on the string. He can do what he wants with the ball. The ball, oh my God, it's great. It's watching James Harden is ridiculous. And then you see that step back on Wesley Johnson, ridiculous. So yeah, one-time MVP, two-time scoring champion, led the league in assists 1 year, 7-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, one-time six-man. James Harden went from a backup shooting guard on the Oklahoma City Thunder behind Dion Waiters. Where is Dion Waiters now? Now he's a starter and an MVP on the Houston Rockets. Ridiculous. Blasphemy, like Stephen A says. And he had a record of 32 straight games of 30 points or more. Only person above him is Wilt Chamberlain. And nobody's going to beat Wilt Chamberlain. It's ridiculous. He did some crazy things. But yeah, 32 straight 30-point games. Number 3 in the most 60-point games ever. Behind, he's up there with who? I think Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan, which is crazy. Who else is going to do that? And he's the only player to ever get a 60-point triple-double. I don't know if that can happen again. And he's got the most points in this decade with like 19,000. He just passed LeBron this season. He was behind. LeBron was leading and Kevin Durant. He was in third place. My man, I think he has 1,000 points this season already. But yeah, number 5, I have my favorite player and my favorite point guard. And I had to put him here because, you know, I don't want to be biased. So number 5, Russell Westbrook, one of the NBA's best point guards and the most athletic player in the league. He gives you 100% effort every time he plays. He might miss. I know he misses, but he will put 100% effort every time. Do what he needs to do. Do what needs to be done so you can win. Only player to average a triple-double. Not once, not twice, 3 seasons in a row. Never been done. Oscar Robertson, way back. Nobody else is going to do that again. It's crazy that he beat it. 3 years in a row. And the most triple-doubles ever in a season. Come on now. Number 3 all-time triple-doubles. Come on now. I don't even think he's number 3. I think he's higher than that. I'm going to check. Number 16 in all-time assists, 1-time MVP, 8-time All-NBA, 8-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champion, and he led the league in assists 2 times. And the second player to get 20 points, 20 assists, and 20 rebounds. That's a crazy stat line right there. He did that in LA right after Nipsey Hussle had passed. R.I.P. Nipsey. But he did that right in LA before Nipsey Hussle. I think that's crazy, man. He really did his thing. Number 4, I have Kawhi Leonard, one of the best two-way wings of all time. All-time great defender. 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time NBA champion, and 2-time Finals MVP. 3-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Star, 5-time All-Defensive. He led the Raptors in that crazy Eastern Conference Finals game. He had that ridiculous shot on Joel Embiid. That was one of the clutchest shots I've ever seen in my life. The follow through, we just wait for it to go in. That was clutch. I don't know too many. He doesn't miss from mid range either. He does not miss. He's like a robot. Just don't miss. It's automatic every time. But yeah, he got 2 Finals MVPs, and he has that crazy game winner. Number 3. I have Stephen Curry, the Splash Brother, arguably the greatest shooter of all time. Up there with Ray Allen and Kyle Korver and Reggie Miller, all them. I know y'all, and Klay Thompson, but y'all probably gonna put him number 1. That's what most people do. 2-time MVP, and he got a unanimous MVP 1 year. Only person to do that. It's crazy. 6-time All-NBA, 3-time NBA champion, 6-time All-Star, 1-time scoring champ, and he shoots 43.5% from the 3-point in his career. That is ridiculously high. That is crazy. He has a 90.5 career free throw percentage, and he's number 3 all time in 3 points made. And he's barely been in the league for 10 years. I think it's been about exactly 10 years, really. But yeah, and then he led that Warriors team, him and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, in the greatest regular season ever, 73-9, surpassing the Chicago Bulls 72-10. Yeah, that was crazy. They still lost in the finals, but that was a crazy season. I don't know. They might. I don't think it'll be beaten again. I don't think there will ever be a 74-8 team. If there is, which is to see. But yeah, led the league in steals one year, and he really revolutionized the three-pointer. If it weren't for Steph Curry, all these kids would not be shooting these crazy threes from anywhere. I think this is really why most big men are stretching out, because Steph Curry. They're going out to the three-point line and shooting that three. He was a very big factor in the three-point becoming what it is now. Okay, number 2, one of the greatest scorers of all time, Kevin Durant. 1-time MVP, 2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 4-time scoring champion, 10-time NBA All-Star, 9-time All-NBA. Youngest to join the 50-40-90 club. 50% from the field, 40% from the three, and 90% from the free throw. And he had 41 straight games of 25 points. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know where that is against others, but I know that's a ridiculous record. And he's the youngest player to ever get the scoring title. He was 21. That's crazy. But yeah, and then he hit that shot against the Cavs when he was on the Warriors. I wouldn't say that he really was, because that team was just OP. But that shot was pretty clutch. Put the game away. He ended the game. He called game that day and just ended the Cavs back to back. Yeah. And at number 1, the King, LeBron James. Also the athlete of the decade, just so you guys know, because he's the GOAT. Arguably the greatest player of all time, 4-time MVP, 8 straight finals appearances. Only person beating that right now, I honestly think, is Bill Russell, who will just win every year. 3-time NBA champion, 3-time Finals MVP, and only player to have 30,000 points, 9,000 assists, and 9,000 rebounds. 9,000. That is crazy. And he's number 4 in all-time scoring, about 250 points behind Kobe. So he can really be a number 3 before the season is over. He can be the number 3 all-time scorer before the season is over. I'm saying it now. He will be. And he's number 9 in all-time assists. And he got 15 in All-NBAs, 15 All-Stars, 6-time All-Defense. I know people say he's not playing defense now, but he's older. It's the 17th season. You can't try to put too much on a 35-year-old man, but he played his defense when he needs to. Number 7 all-time in free throws made, and 50.4% from the field in his career. And he's got the most playoff points ever. Man, and then oh my God, that Game 7, Warriors, 3-1 comeback. Only team to ever do a 3-1 comeback in the finals. Oh my God, that was the moment that people started saying, for real, and they could really say why, that LeBron is the greatest of all time. And I can't argue with them because I personally, I'm too young. I didn't get to actually watch Michael Jordan. I seen some highlights and some good moments from him, but from what I saw, LeBron James had he ain't going crazy, and he got that block, and then Kyrie hit that shot. It was game. It was game, man. So I think that was LeBron being LeBron. That was LeBron saying, okay, I have someone to beat. I'm gonna be the GOAT, and he went out there, did LeBron, won the game, came back from 3-1. Crazy to me. Still crazy to me. All right, honorable mentions. I had Kyrie Irving, very important player for that Cavs team, also did some things for the Celtics, but I don't think he was the best point guard. I think all these point guards on this list I have are better than Kyrie Irving. And I think he could have been on the list. You could have argued putting him over Paul George maybe. But he didn't do enough for me. He didn't prove himself to be a top 10 decade player. And then I have Carmelo Anthony, a great scorer, all-time great scorer. Currently just got back with the Trailblazers, really doing his thing, proving that he deserves to be in the NBA. Free my man Melo, man. Free Melo. Playing with the Knicks, even though they didn't win, that's why I really couldn't put him up here. And this really wasn't his decade. I would say it's late 2000s, early 2010s. But I really think Carmelo Anthony was a great player this decade, but just not top 10. And that's my list of the top 10 basketball players this decade. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and comment some more ideas for me to do. It's my first real video, besides the intro one I probably just posted. But I'll see you guys next time.